Boring, old, dry.
Good, Bethany, because you think about what it smells like, so I think about all your senses, aren't you? That's lovely. My name is Maria Whitmarsh and I'm the Year 4 leader and literacy coordinator at Oakwood Junior School in Southampton. This idea really came from my head in the sense that he said that he wanted to do something with the garden and said would Year 4 like to do it as part of their geography topic. So it seemed ideal to link this in with the English that we're doing and the writing project as well. On our recent Ofsted report, it was said that we could make more opportunities for our cross-curricular links, and we are working at the moment on creating a more creative curriculum for next year, and rather than sticking to designated subjects, we're trying to link them all together so that we can have themes and projects that we're working on, and this is our first step in Year 4 towards doing that. We've started off already by doing a persuasive writing unit, and from that we did a Dragon's Den oral presentation. We made bird boxes to link up with our Improving the Environment geography theme, and the children then had to sell those to the dragons in order to get the money for their business. They did nothing for Dragon's Den in any book at all. It was all on big flip chart paper. They had to do 4 pages, they had to have their title page, they had to do a poster to advertise their company, then they had to do their bird box design, which was the DT element, and labelling it. And then they had to talk about who their target audience were, who their target market was, and how they were going to sell it to their target market. From there, we're going to install the bird boxes, but we're also going to transform a space within our playground, which at the moment is a little bit dry, a little bit dusty, not very inspiring.
We're going to do some wood carving and put some mosaics and get some new benches and make the place more welcome. It's going to be useful for people to come out with the teachers and the teachers to read them stories.
I think it's going to be 10 times better than it is now.
It's really important for us to be involved in Everybody Writes because, as similar with most schools, our writing standards are improving, but we know that they could be better. It's always good to have a focus to build that improvement around, and Everybody Writes has done that. And even from the short time that we've been involved, we've been able to see real results in the year group that we've been working with.
Sometimes, even with the most able children, you can have well-constructed sentences and they can try to use interesting adjectives and verbs, but they're not really engaging their reader. That's our main issue, is that they're not engaging the reader with their writing, and hopefully by having something that's engaged them, they can then transform that into their writing and they can therefore engage their reader. We started off with brainstorms of the garden, how it was, and thinking about strong adjectives and adverbs to describe the garden. From there, we used our ideas to create a descriptive paragraph of the garden, and we called it Room for Improvement. And the children thought about how the garden looks now and tried to really pick on things that could be improved for the future. We then moved on and asked them to write a blog entry, because I'd already started to update the blog quite regularly with how we were getting on. But actually it's much more important for the children to have a sense of context for their writing, so it was something we could all do together, put our ideas together, and then I put a joint effort onto the blog. Then we did our woodlouse survival guide booklets.
We have to write these booklets about what our garden would be like if we were a woodlouse from our point of view.
The writing that we got out of it has been phenomenal, and we haven't just done a day, we've done it over a period of weeks, almost the half term really. Science is habitats, so we thought, well, link it all in, and they've produced a mini book, and they had to think about, if you were a woodlouse in our garden, how would you survive? What sorts of trials do you have to overcome? So they've got the contents page, and we've done how to avoid being stepped on by giant feet, how to avoid being eaten by feathered foes, mountain climbing, crossing lakes, and some of them have used that as a leisure activity, and they've on about punting across the lake, and feeding the family, so how you're going to feed the family, and then they've done the blurb on the back, and that was their favourite piece of writing, I think, because although it was an explanation text, the creativity that went into that was amazing.
My name is Mary Milne and I'm a museicist. The children have been absolutely fantastic, enthusiastic, keen to learn. They're a joy to work with.
Although Everybody Writes has been working just in one year group at the moment, it's going to have a whole school impact. The project that the Year 4 children have been doing has been seen by everybody else in the school. It's got a very visual impact because the writing is linked to a project in our school grounds.
Okay, it's a little bit harder. I'm trying really hard not to get my fingers. Okay, just lifting the width.
This is the story throne, and when whoever sits on it has to tell the rest of the people a story.
I think it can be a tool for role play, so the children can be hot-seated on it. It can be a tool to turn the teacher into a different character and the children to ask them questions. And hopefully it will just be a tool that can encourage more teachers to bring their children out into the playground and use it as an outdoor classroom to inspire the children and to give them a reason for being out here and for doing some more creative writing. We've written some thank you letters. Some of them wrote to Wooden Tiger, some of them have written to Mrs Milne, who's been doing the mosaics. Some of them wrote to their parents, if their parents came and worked with them. So again, real life context for writing the letters, and these will be delivered to those people as well. And then our final piece of writing has been our poem. And that was the one where they really had the most independence and choice about what they did. And we talked about whether they would want to rhyme or have blank verse and whether they want a shape poem or an acrostic, but we did ban acrostics, so and they've come up with some really lovely ideas.
When our teachers say you can write any poem, and then we'll get excited and then start writing it, and we'll show her, and then she gets happy, and then she gives us house points.
Year 5. Talking to you as Year 5 now. We did all this as Year 4, didn't we?
I think this is a fantastic idea, and I love all the creativity that you've all put into it. So I am very honoured and very thrilled to officially open the Story Throne at Oakwood Junior School.
Five H would like to introduce you to our garden and tell you what we are planning to do with it.
Firstly, I'd like to use it as an outdoor classroom.
Secondly, I would like us to read books to Year 3s or younger children. Thirdly, I would like to have special people come in to talk to us.
Today's been Everybody Writes Day, which has been the final day of the gardening project for us. Leading up to it, we've also had Word of Mouth Week, which is linked in with the National Year of Reading. So we've done a lot of activities, and in Year 4, I'm still a Year 4 teacher, we've done lots and lots of different activities to stimulate children's interest in English, their writing, their speaking and listening skills. So we've had lots of poetry performances, we've done some cooking. So again, even though we're not outside, we're outside of the classroom and doing some real life practical experiences that the children can then write about. Everybody Writes has been a really positive experience for our school. It's increased children's motivation and enthusiasm for writing. As a teacher, I felt much more enthusiastic about writing and teaching writing, and it just gives you that extra impetus to put a little bit extra effort and a little bit more creativity into the writing process.
The Everybody Writes project has allowed us to develop a lot of cross-curricular work, lots of opportunities to write in different areas of the curriculum, different genres of writing, fitted in really well with our new creative curriculum. Great impact in the quality of the writing, because the children know it's for an audience and for a particular purpose, has really improved.